very high kick. Spencer settles underneath it at the 17, avoids one tackler, runs into a blocker, and now he's loose. Spencer on the 25-30. Here we go, 35-40. Spencer foot race, 45 midfield, 40, 35-30. Diontae Spencer, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Denver! Diontae Spencer.
The AFC Special Teams Player of the Week, Diontae Spencer, joining us here on Broncos Country Tonight. Ryan Edwards, Benjamin Allbright. Good to have you back on the show, Diontae. How are you tonight?
I'm good, man. Just chilling. Finally got home, so chilling, settled down, relaxing.
I like that. That's a good spot to be in 2020, I think, overall, just to try to find ways to relax and chill. So the first punt return touchdown for the Broncos in 5 years. Could you believe that it's been that long?
I haven't. I didn't even know it was that long, but that's quite a long time, knowing that, at least about 29, 30 punts get catched every year. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it'd been a long time. Did you were you feeling, I don't want to say feeling pressure, but have you felt like, hey, it's time I house one? You were out for a little while, and there have been a couple that you've kind of started to shake free. There's been a hold on it, or a shoelace tackle, stuff like that over the last couple of years. Were you feeling like, hey, this is the game, I'm going to do it this one?
I wouldn't say I kind of felt like pressure. It was just one of those things where I had to tell myself, just be patient. Coming from the CFL, where I had success returning kicks, I knew I can do it. It was just a matter of fact of me just being patient, not pressing it, and just letting it happen. I feel like that's what I did too. I really kind of didn't really think about it. So I need to score this game. It was one of those things where I went in not really thinking about it, just wanted to play good, and it happened. So I think that's all about just having patience and being a returner. You got to have that. So I felt like it was just the right time, the right moment, and everything kind of just played itself out.
All right, well, I want to dive into that a little bit more, but first, take me through this season for you, because, first of all, I think for all players this season, it's just been a different kind of deal across the board. Fans, all the COVID protocols, all those types of things, but you've had your own kind of things in the middle of the season that obviously prevented you from being out there on the field. So what has this season been like for you?
It's kind of been just one of those things where everything's on the fly. You kind of can't really get a certain schedule or get in a certain routine how you want to, because things change every day. So just me dealing, I had to deal with the shoulder injuries for a while. So that was kind of one of those things that kind of set me back. And as a punt returner, it's all about reps and repetitions. So when you miss I missed 3 weeks with the shoulder injury. So I had to find my groove back of getting into that. I played a game, and then I catch the COVID. So it was one of those things where everything just kept getting thrown at me, and just dealing with adversity, I had to just stay level-headed and just knew that, once I get back out there and get healthy, I have to be there for my team and contribute. And when my number gets called, just deliver. And I feel like as a professional in this league, you have to be ready at all times. So it's just kind of how the season's been going. It's kind of crazy, but, it's something we have to deal with.
Walk me through that punt return. It looked like you set up under it. It looked like you kind of reset yourself, and you kind of put a little backwards juke move on there before taking off to the left there. Do you remember it? Can you picture that return in your mind's eye?
Yeah. The punter for them, he had some great hang time on that ball. I kind of felt the right gunner kind of just getting there. I wouldn't say early, but I felt him. I kind of felt him, and I took a peek down late, and he kind of hesitated a little bit, and I felt like I could have got out of there and make him miss. So that happened. The other gunner came, and I kind of set it up to where I can get back to that wall to the left side, and I just had to hit it. It was one of those things where I wasn't really thinking too much. It kind of just played out perfectly. And once I got through that first wave, it was one of those things where I just had to kick it in gear and get to the end zone.
One of the things I noticed there when PJ Locke kind of got down there right next to you as you were catching the ball and you were kind of deciding to see which direction you were going to be able to take it, I noticed you almost used PJ as a natural kind of pick in that moment. Like you kind of were like, oh, you're right here. Okay, well, I'm gonna make sure I move this way so that the gunner runs basically into PJ Locke. I thought that was kind of a savvy move.
Yeah, it was, because I didn't expect for him to like flash back in front of me. So once he couldn't get to his gunner, he kind of flashed in front of me, but he came back. So I went right and then had to go around him, and it kind of just worked out perfectly because it made me get a little depth on my run. And once I did that, I could have seen the hole. I could have seen the hole. I could have seen everything was kind of like just in my sight, and I hit it. So.
No doubt about it. AFC Special Teams Player of the Week, Diontae Spencer, with us. How does that sound to you?
That sounds good.
Best of luck for the remainder of this season. And Diontae, really appreciate the time tonight. Congratulations on the honor.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yep, that is Broncos returner and wide receiver Diontae Spencer, who's the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Well deserved.